And then you kind of need to be real with yourself. It makes me look very wise. I don't know. I'm giving y'all like an accounting 101 course in this little video.
Count 1, 2, 3, and don't you stop the music, get into it, won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it, you can do it, won't you dance with me? Move your down, we let it go, sunset high and our bodies.
Hey y'all, what is up? It is Marissa, Nicole, and welcome back to my channel. I'm still trying to get used to this jean jacket thing because it makes my shoulders look so broad. I don't know. But if you missed it, I just got this in my little summer haul video. I'll link it down below and up top so y'all can watch it. I like it. There's a mirror over here too. But it just makes me look very wide. I don't know. But that's not what today's video is about. If y'all have been around for a while, you know that I usually do my bullet journaling, plan with me videos every month. I haven't done that. I don't think I did it for April, and now we're into May. Basically, I tend to just stray away from my bullet journal for the summer because my needs are different for the summer. I'm not taking any classes, so I don't really need to keep up on my classwork or anything like that, so I don't really use my bullet journal for that. However, I'm still planning and I'm still doing things, and so that's kind of what I wanted to share with y'all today. So today's video is basically going to be like a plan with me, but a budget with me, figuring out how I keep my life organized in the summer, I guess specifically, without the bullet journal. So I was also thinking about this video because I posted a how I budget and grocery shop as a broke college student kind of video last summer, and y'all loved it. It was so popular, and so this is not a revamp of that yet. I want to do another one specifically for that, but I kind of wanted to feed off of that because a lot of the comments were like, how do you do this? How do you survive off $40 a month? Like, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? And so this is gonna be kind of like the breakdown video. Before we dive into today's video, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing down below. We have lots of fun on this channel, lots of college videos, sorority videos, vlogs, DIYs, hauls, and little how-to videos like this one. We kind of just dabble in a little bit of everything, and if that sounds like fun to you, definitely hit that subscribe button. Okay, so starting out with my plan with me, budget with me, we're gonna start with the actual budget part. The numbers that I am gonna be using are real for me, but also minusing some things because obviously some of my business is personal business and y'all don't need to know all of that. But in essence, this is my budget, this is how I do it, and I just wanted to share my methods with you. So with your budget, you're gonna need basically your bank statements or whatever you use to track your money, whether that is your Huntington app or Chase app or your Wells Fargo app, whatever you can see what you spend your money on. You're gonna need that because what you're gonna want to do is decide how much money you spend on things, usually on either a bi-weekly basis or a monthly basis, however y'all want to do your budget. I do bi-weekly because that's when I get paid and I like to reset my budget then, but that is something that y'all need to go through and decide how much money you really spend on all of these things, categorize them into fast food, restaurants, leisure, shopping, transportation, gas, like make all your categories, decide how much money you usually spend bi-weekly or monthly in those things, and then you kind of need to be real with yourself. You need to decide if that number is okay, if it's too low, or if it's too high, and that's when you need to make some changes to your budget. What also can help you do this is figuring out how much money you make per paycheck. Now, if you're salaried or if you know exactly what you're gonna make every time, that makes this so much easier. Myself, I'm not. I work hourly and sometimes my hours vary, and so my paychecks are very different all the time. But usually I just went through and estimated my last like 5, 6, 7, 8 paychecks and about how much I made and hit it at like a cap. So for example, if you make like 210, 250, 260, back down to 220, maybe 215, I'm gonna cap my paychecks at about 200 because yes, I may make more one week or less, but I always at least make 200. And so that's gonna be my baseline budget that I base everything off of. So when you're making those categories that you just kind of thought about, try to keep those category amounts within your larger budget. So if you have $200 per paycheck that you're budgeting out, make sure that your gas, transportation, eating out, leisure, shopping, all add up to 200. If you go over that 200, then you're over budget and you're gonna be in debt. That's basically how this works. I'm giving y'all like an accounting 101 course in this little video. It is kind of hard to go super in depth into these, so if y'all want any topics like dissected and really discussed about, let me know down below as well, because I can always make a separate video about it if you want, but I'm hoping this makes sense. I don't know. So basically everything that I just told you, I have an app that helps me kind of do that. You can either do it on paper, of course, if that's your way to do it. I usually start out on paper just because I end up forgetting something, I need to scribble something out or add money here or there, but once I have my hard budget, I use an app to actually do it. And so we're gonna go through that app right now, and I'm gonna show you how I use it, how it works, and everything. The app that I use is called EveryDollar. Everything that's in here is from scratch, so I wiped this budget clean, that way I could start fresh with you guys. There is stuff in here, but that's kind of the stuff that comes with the app or that it starts out with, and then you can start to customize it. So at the top you see that we're working with the month of May. We're in our plan tab, there's a spent tab, and a remaining tab. And so these are the ways that you're gonna help budget yourself, but we're gonna be working with the plan tab first. In this plan tab, at the top, you can see that right now we have 0 monthly income income and $0 left to budget. Duh, because we haven't done anything yet. This first area is your income. And so this is where you're gonna input that big dollar amount that you're gonna be working with all your budgets. And so with me, this is gonna be my paycheck. So you can kind of rename it if you click on it at the top, and I'm just gonna call it my, if I can spell, my OSU paycheck, because I do work for the Ohio State University. I am a student there, but I work for the university, and so I wanna keep that straight. I'm not gonna add anything to it yet because we're also gonna add more income. And so if you guys have other ways that you're making money, you can add all of that in there. If you only have a paycheck, then that's fine, but I do have other ways that I'm making money, so I want to add those in here. So another income that I'm going to put in here is my YouTube, because I do make money off of YouTube. In case you guys didn't know, just you watching my video is helping me make money. It is a free way to support me and my channel and the things that I do, so I'm appreciative of you. Thank you. But I do make money off YouTube, so it's gonna be one of my incomes that I'm gonna add here in this app. And that's about it for me. And so again, if you have other ones, add other ones. But for my OSU paychecks, my planned income for May, if we're rounding out my paychecks per, and then I'm just gonna add 2 of them because for the month of May we get paid twice, because I get paid bi-weekly like I mentioned before. I'm gonna budget out $800 because I can always usually guarantee at least $400 on a paycheck with my full-time job that I'm working. Now for YouTube, this is always sketchy for me because you never know what you're going to get. Some months I make $900, some months I make nothing, and it all just fluctuates based off of my traffic and if I'm posting videos or not and if people are engaging with them. It's a huge algorithm that I do not understand, but I can never rely on a YouTube paycheck. So that for me is always an added bonus for me. So I'm actually, this is just me personally, again, you know what your budget is going to be added in here, but for me, I don't know what my YouTube paychecks are, and I never want to budget on those. Those are just going to be extra for me to help me out if I need it, or just go straight into my savings. And so with me, I'm going to leave this blank, but I will fill it in as I get paid. So once I get paid from YouTube, I'll add it in. Now, if we scroll down, there's an area for your favorites. So you can choose your favorites that you'd want to kind of show up at the top. We'll do that later once we fill them in. But my savings can also be something that you can add to. And so I actually do have a savings that I'm going to need to add money to. With me for the month of May, I do have an estimate of what I'm trying to save. And all I want to do this month is save $200 from my paycheck. And so as you guys can see, if you can see at the top area, the red bar, it's already starting to count down your money. So it's saying I have $600 left to budget. Now that's coming from, if we scroll up, my $800 monthly income. I've already used $200 of it for my savings. And so it's telling me that I have $600 left to budget. And that would be where, if we scroll back down, we start to see these tabs of housing, transportation, food, lifestyle, insurance, and tax. All of these things are where you can have those categories that we mentioned before. Now I'm not going to use all of these. I usually only use about 4, and I'll usually put those as my favorites. And so I'm going to show you basically what I do for that. For me, for my groceries, I always plan out to use $40 per paycheck. That's what I told you guys last summer when I made this kind of a video, and you guys were all like, how do you do this off $40? I'm going to show you. But for my groceries, I usually use $40 per paycheck to go and buy groceries for the next 2 weeks. So my monthly allowance for my groceries, I budget at $80. And now we can see at the top, I'm at $520 left to budget. The next thing that I usually start to save money for is for my gas, and that I usually put at $40 for the month. I usually try to put $20 in if I need it per paycheck, and now I'm at $480 left to budget. And so as you can see, this is kind of, as you're adding, you're subtracting, and you obviously don't want to be in a deficit. You don't want to be in debt. You don't want to budget more money than you've taken in. And honestly, like I said at the beginning of this video, I am leaving some things out, putting some things in for y'all. This is all I'm going to put in my budget. But again, you can look through all of these different tabs and add things in as y'all would need them. Now, if you keep scrolling all the way down to the bottom, if you notice, there's a debt area. It's great if you don't have any debt, you don't have to put anything in there, but I do, unfortunately. And so I plan to pay off so much debt every month or every paycheck, and that can be with student loans, that can be off of a credit card that you've accumulated, that can be off of anything that if you owe your mom money, if you owe your boyfriend money, anything. And so I do have debt that I'm trying to pay off this month, so I'm going to add those items to my debt column. So if you go to the next tab, the spent tab, once you start actually spending money, it'll start showing up in here. Now, one disclaimer is it's not going to automatically show up in here. You have to input it in. So if you're not responsible enough to update this, it's not going to show up and it's not going to help you. So after I spend money, I put it in my app. So what we can do here is go ahead and say the date that I spent it was today, the amount is for $50, I spent it at Kroger, and then I can choose a budget item to allocate it to. And so that's where I'm going to click on my groceries. And then done. And you can split it. So let's say you spent $50 all at Kroger, but then 10 of it was for some of your, utilities and stuff like that, like the toiletries and stuff. So I can split it and also put it towards my miscellaneous. and you can allocate how much money you're gonna put towards each one, which is really good. So that way you don't have to make like separate transactions and try to remember all these things. You can do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and delete that since it's all gonna go to groceries. So now at the top you can see that I've spent $40 of my budget and I still have $130 left to budget. But as you can see also on the groceries area, a green line has shown up, and in the spent side it shows 40. So now if we go over to the remaining tab, it's gonna show that I have $760 remaining in my budget. Remaining in my groceries budget is only 40 instead of the 80 because I've already spent 40. So that's what's kind of cool about it. You can plan it out in this first tab, see everything. Once it's squared away, you start adding stuff into the spent tab, and then as you need to spend more, but before you do, you check your remaining tab, and that way you can see, okay, cool, I do have $40 left in groceries. I do need something else, let me go grab it. And I hope that was like a crash course to this app and how I use it. I'm hoping it was helpful. No, this video is not sponsored at all by anybody or anything that I use in it. I'm just trying to help y'all. So I do use the EveryDollar app. There's definitely tons of other apps that are out there if you find other ones that work. I'm just gonna show you what I do, and that's this app. So there we go. My budget is made. I have money and allocated in different categories that I'm gonna spend, and now I can start spending basically. But now what I wanna do in this video is actually go grocery shopping, get my stuff, and show you how I budget with that. Again, if you guys want more videos of this, I could show you how I budget other things, but for now, groceries is the biggest thing that I'm spending money on. So first things first, we're actually gonna go to the kitchen because what I like to do is just in case I have stuff left over from the previous paycheck or just stuff around the house that maybe you don't know you have, I like to look at what meals I can make already before I go ahead and buy new meals, because if I'm gonna go ahead and spend all of that when I already have stuff that I can eat, I wanna know that. And so we're gonna go in there, take a look at what we have. I'm gonna jot down all of the things that I have already, and then we're gonna start to build meals off of that and actually meal plan. So I pick out what I'm eating for every meal for every day for the next 2 weeks, and that's how I decide what I'm gonna buy, and that's how I kind of keep track of it all. But this is how I start it. Okay, so we got our list, and I'm gonna read it off to y'all just so y'all can see what we have right now. So I have tortillas, spaghetti, hamburger helper. I have like one thing of hamburger helper, which can usually last me about 2 days if I only eat half of it and refrigerate the other half. Tomato soup, pasta salad, which also can last me about 2 days. Some crackers. I have one thing of Mexican rice. I have a bag of pretzels. I have 2 white rices. I have some pepperonis and cheese. I have a thing of teriyaki sauce. I have peanut butter and jelly. A half gallon of milk. 2 1-pound things of beef, and some chicken breasts, which I have usually a lot of. I didn't want to count all of them, but I have a lot of chicken breasts that are frozen. And so with that, I start meal planning, and I'm gonna do that on my computer here, but y'all will be able to see it over here. So I usually make my meal plan on just a Microsoft Word document that I made up. No, it's not pretty. It gets the job done. I really am not trying to make it like look the best. I could probably do better, but this is it. Each day gets a gray heading, and I change the dates on it every time I do it. My orange column is my breakfast, green is lunch, blue is dinner, and yellow is a snack. And that's only if I plan for snacks or if I have something. I try to plan to get snacks every week because of course I will get hungry outside of those 3 meals, so I try to plan ahead. And that's what this thing is basically for. Now we're gonna go through and fill it out. Okay, so we have everything done. It took me a little bit, and like I said, there's a lot of repetition because again, I really don't like a lot of food, but this is it. This is what my meal plan looks like for every day. I added popcorn as my snack because I did remember that I do have some popcorn bags, and I bought like a huge box, so if I need snacks, I'll eat some popcorn. That's always like a healthy, you know, but mine's probably not healthy because I get like the extra movie theater butter. I don't know. And now basically I make my shopping list of things that I need to get based off of this. Okay, here we are, my list. It's only half a page, and here's what we need to get. 5 bananas, a little pack of blueberries, 2 things of ramen noodles, 1 thing of mac and cheese, 1 thing of bread, 1 ravioli, 2 pasta salads, some shrimp, Alfredo sauce, 2 soups, and 3 sides. And that's everything. So I will be right back. Okay, so we're back from the grocery store. My roommate Allison and I went to Kroger. I typically do my shopping between like Dollar Tree, honestly, and then some at Walmart. Last year when I did this video, y'all recommended to go to like Aldi's and some other cheap places. So when I was grocery shopping, I kind of figured out a way that we could probably make this a little fun if y'all want me to do this. Every time I do one of these little budgeting videos, whenever I get paid, we could try to go shopping at different places. So y'all can see what $40 will get you at Kroger, Walmart, Target, Aldi's, the Dollar Tree, on campus. Like, I don't know, we could do a whole bunch of stuff with it. If y'all want me to do that, let me know, because I can do that for y'all if you want me to. But today we went to Kroger because I was curious. I usually go to Walmart if anything, so Allison drove me to Kroger. I was pleasantly surprised, okay, because again, a lot of the stuff that I'm making for the next 2 weeks, I do have some of it here, and so I didn't have to buy as much as I did when I first went grocery shopping for the summer, because I had to buy, you know, like essentials like peanut butter and jelly and ketchup and, you know, like stuff like that that you don't have to buy every time, but you have to buy it at some point. So a lot of those basic items I already had. Yes, I still had some food items that are left over, but at Kroger, when I just went today, I spent $21.06. The only thing on my list that I did not get was the shrimp, and that's because I got a better deal at Walmart last time I bought it, and so I just couldn't bring myself to buy it for like $17 at Kroger. I was like, we're gonna go back to Walmart for that. It's the only thing that's not on my list. And then I actually did buy extra stuff because I was gonna get, you know, like 1 or 2 ramen noodles, but then it was like 3 for $1, so I ended up getting 6. So I spent like an extra $2. And then I also got some yogurt, which was not on my list because Kroger did not have like the little things of blueberries that I wanted, only like a bigger, like a pint, and I know I don't use that many blueberries. So what I was thinking about doing is putting the blueberries in yogurt and making like a little yogurt ball, like, and then freeze them. It's like the best snack ever, especially in the summer. So that's something cheap that you can do. So I did get a couple extra things, but also I didn't get the shrimp, and I didn't quite hit 40. Obviously I'm $20 away, but to put it in perspective, if I did buy, you know, the pasta salad, the hamburger helper, the meat I already have, because meat is what's really expensive. So if I would have already bought all of that with this, I definitely would have hit my 40, but since I didn't, I had leftover budget, which is great. So basically I just need to put all my groceries away and we're good. I will be going off of my meal plan for the rest of, you know, the next 2 weeks until I get paid again. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below if you want me to kind of keep this going every time, or maybe once a month, if you want me to turn it into like a what you can get for $40 at different grocery store challenges kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, I just want to help y'all, and this is how I budget as a broke college student. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't yet already, because we'll be doing a lot of fun stuff this summer and I don't want you to miss out. But thank you so much for watching. Bye!